Great morning, great morning, great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. While you're coming in, I am going to go ahead and share. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know who's here. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. There's a word from the Lord, y'all. I'm telling y'all, God is not playing in this season. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Tamar. Hey, prophetess. How you doing? Yes, I knew it was Kim. Hey, Stacy. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, I don't want to be on here. Let me say that first. I don't want to be on here. And I don't know all of what God is going to say, but this is what I know. He told me to get on here, so I'm on here. Okay. Y'all, you need to understand that the enemy is not going to allow you to waltz into your destiny without um you having to contend for it. You got to contend for your destiny. And when I tell you that he is going to throw everything at you, he absolutely is. When I tell you that God has equipped you for it, he absolutely has. So check this out. Check this out. Today is the first day of spring, and we are springing forward into our destiny, but you can't spring forward into your destiny until you deal with your past. I don't know why it is we think that we can just waltz out into what God has for us without dealing with our past and our present. Until we get to the point where we can deal with things, then we will forever be going around and around and around forever. Just around and around and around in circles forever because we won't do the hard work. Well, what's the hard work, Dr. V? God said it's time. It's time to take off the masks. It's time to take off the makeup. It's time to take off the covers. It's time to take off the hardness. It's time to take off all of the things that you use to mask what you're going through. It's time. Tamar, we're praying for you and your family right now. God, I declare that peace is her portion, God, that they can walk in peace and that peace will surpass all their understanding in the name of Jesus. Listen, we get good at acting like, we get good at pretending. We get good at putting a smile on to cover. We get good at making jokes to cover. We get good at drinking to cover. We get good at having sex to cover. We get good at using drugs to cover. All of it is what? A cover. What are you covering? You're masking your pain, your insecurities, your vulnerabilities. You're masking your disappointments. You're masking all your fear. You're masking your anger. You're masking your disbelief. You're masking all of these things. You're masking, y'all. But you better, this is what I'm telling y'all today. If you want your destiny, you're going to have to take every mask off. Everything that you've ever used to mask, you're going to have to stop it, cut it out, shut it down, not use it. Because why? The mask not only hides, right? But it also prevents truth from coming out. It prevents God's love from fully coming in. It prevents you from being able to get to where God is taking you because you will not give God the space to deal with you honestly. I want my destiny. And I want my destiny so badly that I'm willing to fight for it and contend for it. Therefore, there is no generational curse that has gone before me that I will allow to continue in my presence. without addressing it. God has given me the authority and the dominion to do so, and I am doing it. Why? I'm doing it because I'm fighting for everybody's freedom. This ain't just about me. This is about all of us. If you don't know how to get free, listen to me now. If you don't know how to get free, you will forever live your life in some type of bondage. Jesus came to set the captives free, but we don't want freedom at the risk of exposure. I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a story, and I want y'all to hear what God did. So yesterday, you guys may have seen the post. I met my siblings. I'm super excited about that. I got to meet them, touch them, hug them. Amazing. And on the way there, because listen, y'all, can we be real? Can we just be real? I didn't know how things were going to go. I was nervous. I was anxious. There were some things that I just didn't know, right? And so, in order to protect myself, I already had some defenses, right? Because I don't want to be hurt. You understand? So I put some, like, I'm gonna go in, but I'm gonna have a guard up, right? I'm gonna have a little guard up because I don't know. I don't know. So because I don't know, I'm gonna have a guard up. And God knew that. God knew that. God knows I already don't like, and y'all may say, well, Dr. V, you're vulnerable on here all the time. I don't like being vulnerable in situations. I don't like it, especially if I'm not sure. Like, I don't like that. If I think it can go I don't like it. It pushes me, right? I have to push to do it. But listen, I already, like, I was gonna go with my little guard, right? So how about I ran out of gas? I ran out of gas. Ran out of gas. I'm on the side of the road. I got to call and ask somebody to come get me. I don't like needing help. I don't like asking for help. I don't like it. But God allowed, and listen, I knew I needed gas. Like, and everyone's like, well, why didn't you get gas before? Listen, I woke up that morning and said, I need to get some gas. I was rushing to get to an event. And I said, well, I'll get some gas on my way to pick my sister up. I'm rushing to pick my other sister up. And I'm like thinking about the day, right? Thinking about meeting everybody. And honestly, I'm discombobulated. I literally pulled into a gas station to turn around, and my mind just was not there. So I didn't get gas. And everybody's like, well, why didn't you get gas? You should have got gas. Listen, y'all, this has been a lot. It's been a lot, right? If if each individual in our family thinks it's been a lot for them, how much more a lot for me? Because I'm dealing with every freaking body on both sides. Okay. So you dealing with me, and I'm dealing with everybody on both sides with all kinds of stuff coming at me, and being a prophet. So what that means? It means I've heard conversations. It means that I sense stuff. It means that I see beyond the surface of what's there. Like I'm getting all of it. I'm not just getting what your face is showing. I'm not just getting what your mouth is saying. I'm getting the spirit of what's behind everything that's happening around me. Not only that, I'm getting the spirit of people I haven't even met. I'm seeing everything, all of it, and trying to process and still remain open and allow myself to be vulnerable in the midst of all of it. Now, y'all may say, well, Dr. V, what does this have to do with what you're talking about? Let me tell y'all something. God said in this season, this is it. This is it. This is it. All of this stuff that's happened, all of this stuff that's come, all of the stuff that I've gone through, all of it has been designed to deconstruct me so he could build me back. I am not going through all of this again. That means this is it. I'm fighting for my life and my destiny, and not just mine, but my entire family on two sides. I'm fighting. So I'm in a battle for my life and my destiny and the life and destiny of everyone connected to me, and not just by blood, but everyone connected to me. I've got to pass. I've got to do it. If not me, who? Who else can endure all of this stuff that I've just gone through? All of the stuff that I've gone through. Whether we're talking about my daddy moving him to Tampa and getting resistance from family on that side, or dealing with him getting sick and going into hospice and dying, while my daughter's pregnant and getting ready to have a baby, while I'm going through a divorce, while in the midst of all of that, I'm then caught COVID. My son had COVID. Our house had COVID. But I still got to work. I still got to provide. I still got to do. In the midst of, for the first time in my life, getting served eviction papers because while my daddy was sick, I couldn't pay the rent. And wasn't even a full month late, and they started eviction proceedings. And I'm like, oh my God, where am I gonna live? My whole life just blew up. My whole life blew up. Not because I made poor choices, not because of something that I did, but because God blew my life up. Blew it up. He said, look, I'm blowing it up. And I'm blowing it up so that you can be rebuilt, not with the mask, not covering, not hiding, not acting like it is all well when you know that on the inside you're falling apart. He said, no. He said, I'm going to blow your life up so bad that you ain't even going to be able to get your footing to faith. Blowing it up so that everything that you held on to, hid behind, like none of it'll work. None of it. My life was blown up. And God has been taking all of the broken pieces and deciding what stays and what goes. This is why I had to do this drive-by, because I don't want you to have to get to the point where God blows your entire life up for you to stop hiding and masking and really deal with the issues that are the issues, because otherwise they'll forever be the issues. They'll just be covered. But when you take the makeup off or you take the mask off, can we be real? Can we be real? No. Most of the time we can't be real, because being real is being vulnerable, and we don't want to be vulnerable. So yesterday, God made sure that I was vulnerable. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you run out of gas. So I'm going to cloud your mind so that you can't think to get the gas. I'm going to, because I asked my sister Tay to drive. And because she looked like she didn't want to drive, I was like, never mind. I got it. Because if she had driven and she said this, I would have noticed it, right? God didn't want it noticed. He wanted me to run out of gas and be on the side of the road and have to call my sister and ask her, could she please come and get me? Her, can you please come get me? Because I needed to be vulnerable. Y'all listen. If you think you getting your destiny, you ain't gonna have to fight for it. You ain't gonna have to go through nothing. You're deceiving yourself. But if your life is blown up right now, whose life is blown up right now? Whose life is blown up right now? Just put mine. Whose life is blown up? You feel like your life is blown up right now? Just put mine in the comments. Just put mine. I know I'm not the only one whose life has been blowing up. Whose life is blown up right now? If your life is blown up, put mine in the comments. 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 Y'all, because this is for the people whose lives is blown up or whose life is getting ready to be blown up. Listen, put mine in the comments. Put mine in the comments, y'all, because the sooner you recognize that your life has been blown up with a purpose, the sooner you can walk through it. Listen, I'm telling y'all, listen, share this broadcast. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. Because listen, if your life is blown up and my life is blown up and you see the other people whose life is blown up, it's the more people whose life is blown up, and they need to hear this word. This is a word for the people whose life has been blown up. This is the word for the people whose life has been blown up, for the people whose life is getting ready to be blown up. Let me tell y'all something. Listen to me. And I want y'all to hear me clearly. Either you can fall apart because your life is blown up, or you can recognize that God has blown your life up for a reason. Either you can fall apart because your life is blown up, or you can recognize that God is blowing your life up for a reason. What is that reason? So he can build it back solidly on a solid foundation. Do you realize that Peter's life was blown up? Peter told Jesus, Lord, I'll never let anybody do that to you. Lord, no, you can't go. Lord, da, 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 da. Peter did all of that. But when his life was blown up, they took Jesus. Then he was over there. They're like, oh, he's one of them. No, I'm not one of them. And he realized when the cock crowed that third time that he said, I'm not with him. That what Jesus told him had just happened. In that moment, his life was blown up. And He's trying to figure out, where do I go from here? But check it out. What I love about God is God didn't throw him away. That same one is the one upon which he built his church, the solid foundation, but it wasn't solid in the beginning. Do you understand me? There was a period where it wasn't solid. There was a period where it was rocky. There was a period where it wasn't going the way it thought. I like that. Yeah. Alita said, that's why I say I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting over from experience. That's good. That's good. But you got to fight for this, baby. You got to fight for it. You got to allow yourself to be vulnerable. You got to say the stuff that you would normally suck up. You got to deal with stuff. You got to face stuff and issues and people and deal with it. It can't be no he says, she's no. You got to get all the parties in the room. Get everybody in the room. You got to get everybody in the room, have the difficult conversations. We don't want to have freaking difficult conversations. We want to skirt around stuff because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Meanwhile, there's all of this stuff that's being built up inside of people. And then listen, it's being built up inside of people. And then you begin to allow those masks and those protective barriers to stop you from having genuine, real interaction. Because you be like, F it. Maybe y'all don't, but I do. I be like, F it. And say the word. I say the word. Y'all may not say the word, but if anybody tell you that Dr. V said F it or F you, I said it. I said it. Okay? Listen, I will not be held hostage by anything I do or say. If I did it, I did it. And if I said it, I said it. And if I said it, I meant it. Do you understand? Because this is the thing. God is break. Because look, normally I'm real good. I'm normally real good about being able to just and blow stuff up, blow stuff off, just blow it off. God got me in a place where I told you I'm trying to have my defenses up. I want my defenses up so I can no. Let's deal with the raw. What you really feeling right now in this moment? What you feeling? What you really feeling? I'm not talking about the face that you put on to try to act like you good. No, what you feeling right now? See, we won't deal with what we feeling right now. We won't deal with what's going on with us right now. And because we won't, we never get to the real interaction. We never get to the real relationships. I don't want another fake relationship, and I don't care if we blood or not. I don't want another fake relationship. F that. I don't want it. I don't care. I don't want another fake nothing. Do you hear me? I don't even want another fake bag. Listen to me. I want only real, genuine, authentic things in people in my life. That's it. If it can't be there, F it. I can love you from a distance and keep it moving. Because believe me, my life been happening. And I'm not going to let anything or anyone interfere with that. You don't want to have a relationship with me? That's fine. That's your prerogative. Keep that. Keep it. I'm good. Will it hurt? Probably. Will I cry? I might. Will I feel some type of way? I very well could. But I'm going to be honest with myself about that and say, this hurts right now. I'm hurting right now. I feel a way right now. And I'm going to allow myself to have the feeling and the emotions, and I'm going to process through it, and I'm not going to fake it. No, I'm not faking it. No, I'm not acting like it's all good. It ain't. And if it ain't all good, let's address it and move on. This is the day that God has given me to face head on the things, situations, and people that matter in my life where there are issues. And this is the day that you have to do the same thing. Whether or not you do it or not is totally up to you. but I'm trying to spring forward into my destiny. I'm not trying to just sit here and watch another spring come and go. I've been telling y'all about these seasons and what's going on. God is trying to get you someplace. Now, you can either get there or you can get left. But believe me, it's not going to stop anything from happening. The seasons are going to come and go whether you make a change in your life or not. They're coming. The sun is going to rise and set whether you do anything different or not. So what are you going to do? I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. Now, I can't tell you what to do. You do what you want to do. But I'm telling you what I'm doing. Now, listen to me. I need y'all to hear me. Don't think it's going to happen without resistance. There's going to be resistance, and you're going to have to decide, am I going to push through the resistance, whether the resistance be from you or those around you? Are you going to push through the resistance, or are you going to stop right there? Because if you stop right there, you just told me a whole lot. We can't stop because there's resistance. Resistance will always be there to prevent what God has for you. And if you think that you're going to get what God got for you without facing the resistance first in you, then in others, you are mistaken. Alita said we have to be okay with other people's decisions, even if we don't like it. We make decisions too. Absolutely. Everybody got a right to make a decision. Everybody got a right to make a choice. Everybody. See, I believe that when you give people the opportunity to make choices, then you can make an informed choice. I'm not making decisions just off of emotions. No, I'm going to make an informed choice. I'm going to move in an informed manner. If it is not consistent with me moving forward in my life into my destiny, I don't need that in my life. I don't. And I'm not continuing to say, let me tell y'all something. I've been married freaking 5 times. Because I settled. Now, all 5 were not me settling. Some, it was God driven and purposed. But I'm not settling anymore in my life. I'll never have another relationship because I'm settling. Because let me tell you what I've learned about me. Baby, let me tell you what I have discovered about me, about Veronica Joe, Duncan, Hines, Walters, Wiggins, whatever name you want to use, okay? I have discovered that I am the freaking bomb. Have y'all ever just really thought about who you are and what you bring to the table and how God has graced you and created you? Baby, I realized something. And I was talking to my sister about this on the drive because I was on a dating site and they're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. 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 And I was like, what? I've discovered that I'm beautiful. I used to say, I look all right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not Halle Berry or nobody. No, I'm beautiful. I'm not beautiful because I have perfect skin. I'm not beautiful because my features are perfectly aligned. I'm not beautiful because I have a perfect body. I'm not beautiful because I'm a size 2. I'm not beautiful because I'm manicured and pedicured. I'm not beautiful because I got these locks in. I'm not beautiful because of any of those things. I'm beautiful because God created me beautiful inside and out. I'm beautiful. I said it. You can say, well, you ain't out. I don't care what you say. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful inside and out. And I'm not saying it to be braggadocious. I'm saying it because I have not always believed it. I've not always thought it. My surroundings didn't always confirm it. In fact, it went the other direction. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm charismatic. I'm funny. I'm cool. I'm sexy. I'm anointed. I'm a boss. I can be a girl. Listen, I'm a total package. And it doesn't matter if I'm not the total package for everyone, right? I'm the total package. And I'm the total package. And there will be one who recognizes that I'm the total package. In fact, can we just be real? Can we keep it real? Can we keep it real? Can I keep it 100? There are a lot of men that recognize that I'm the total package. But just because he recognizes that I'm the total package doesn't mean that he's the total package for me. There was a time when just because someone recognized my beauty or whatever, like I'm like, oh my God, he thinks I'm da 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 da. And that was enough. That's not enough for me now because now I know it. See, this is the thing. When you don't know who you are, you're grateful when someone says something positive. You're grateful when someone sees what you want to be, when really it's what you are, but you haven't opened your eyes to see it because you've been blinded by the circumstances and situations of your life. I'm beautiful with or without the locks. I'm beautiful with my natural hair. I'm beautiful with no makeup on. I'm beautiful at, I don't know what size I am right now, but I'm beautiful when I'm smaller. I'm just beautiful. It's who I am. Some people have to put on beauty. I'm clothed in beauty. And that beauty really comes from the anointing and the righteousness of God that resides in me. Because God resides in me. And when you understand that, you move differently. So I'm moving differently. So it's great that you see my beauty and that you see that I'm a total package. We're not a good fit. And so I thank you for seeing it. But that's not going to work for me. You got to know who you are so much that you don't allow people to move you. You'll never hear me say I'm perfect. I will always let you know, listen, I'm not perfect. And I'll tell you my flaws. I don't care. What you going to do with it? Do whatever you want to do with it. Because what you do with it says more about you than it does about me. You want to use it against me? Sure, go ahead. I said it. I did it. What? We get so caught up in being fake and wanting to create an image of ourselves that's not real and not genuine because it allows us to be vulnerable that we can never get to destiny. I'm getting my destiny and I don't care. I'm getting my destiny and I don't care. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I don't care what has to be exposed. I don't care what I have to go through. I don't care who gonna look at me this way or who gonna look at me that way or who gonna say this or who gonna say that. F it and them. I said what I said. And I meant it. Y'all better get radical about your destiny. Stop playing games out here. This is not the season to play games. This is the season to get in position because God has stuff for us to do. So either we're going to get in position and do what God has for us to do, or we're going to continue to play pity pat. I'm not playing pity pat. I ain't got time for pity pat. It's real or it ain't. Period. You ain't got to guess about me. Ask me. I'll tell you what you want to know. I'll tell you. Ask me. See, that's the problem. We want to assume instead of asking questions. Not this season. Nor will I be emotionally blackmailed. Do y'all know what emotional blackmail is? Let me talk about emotional blackmail for a minute because, listen, some of y'all are being emotionally blackmailed, right? Emotional blackmail is when people make you feel away because you feel away. When people try to make you feel away because you feel away. What? When people try to make it seem like your feelings are invalid, or you didn't see what you saw, or you didn't hear what you heard, or you didn't experience what you experienced. It's emotional blackmail to get you to then say, well, maybe I didn't. Y'all better stop that. I know people call it gaslighting now. Like we got all these names for it, but whatever it is, listen, it's a real thing. Stop allowing people to do that. Say how you feel, why you feel that way, address it, move forward. You want your destiny or not? You springing forward or not? What you doing? Yes, Stacy. Emotional abuse. See, we think because abuse isn't physical that it's not abuse. But let me tell you what I've discovered. The most damaging abuse is not the abuse that happens with your hands, but that happens with your mouth and your words. And some people are so accustomed to be emotionally abusive to other people that they don't even recognize it as that. We call it personality. That's just who they are. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. We can't make we can't make saying things to hurt people and saying things that hurt people okay and say it's just who I am. That's just how I am. Now listen, I was married to a narcissist, okay? And narcissists are known for just, you know, manipulating people and being emotionally and verbally abusive. It's a part of their process. It's how they get you to a place where you are willing to accept certain things, right? Well, look, the people around narcissists tend to say, oh, that's just him. Oh, that's just her. Oh, that's just how they are. And they excuse it, right? Because they become so accustomed to patterns of behavior that it is normal, okay? When you're in situations, things look normal until someone who ain't been in that situation comes into the situation and they say, what the hell is going on? This ain't normal, right? So you can be in an abusive relationship and it's normal to you because you've normalized it, but someone on the outside will look at it and say, that ain't normal. That's not, that's not okay, right? So when I was in my marriage, he would do and say things to just little by little undermine me, just knock me down. The goal was to knock me down a peg so that I would not walk in who I was, but just chip away, 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 chip away at your self-esteem, chip away at your self-confidence, chip away at your value, chip away at your worth, chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away. All of these little things designed to chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away. So after a while, people have chipped away, chipped away, chipped away, chipped away, chipped away until you get to a point where you no longer can see who you really are. What you see is who they've told you that you are. Oh, you're not all that. Let me chip away so you won't think you all that. You not all that. So what? So what, you got a PhD? So what? So what, you make this much money? So what? So what, you've done this, or so what, you've done that? So what? So what, you anointed? So what? Chip away, chip away, chip away, right? So that they can feel equal or above you, right? Preferably above you. That's their goal, is to feel above you. So that, then they can manipulate you and maneuver you how they want to. But listen, this is why I'm so radical. I was in a whole marriage to a narcissist, and I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm someone who can stand and endure, and I'm resilient, and I've gone through a whole lot of ish in my life, and I always bounce back. I always come back, and I come back better than I was before. And that's the story of my life, right? So that experience though, and I stayed because it was husband number 4. So I already felt like a failure. So I don't want to fail again. And the church said that you just need to be submissive, right? Oh, you're not submissive enough. So I said, well, let me just fall back and let me just get our outfits together so we look like the perfect little first family. Let me just sit out here in the pew and act like I'm not anointed. I'm just going to support him. Let me just, let me shrink. Let me shrink. I don't want to be too big, because if I'm too big, he might feel away, or if I do this, then he might feel. So let me just shrink, and I'm just going to sit here. And I sat there until God constantly tapping me. Wake up, wake up, get up, get up. And I remember us having a conversation as I'm trying to save our marriage, right? And he said, we would be fine if you just stopped preaching. What? This the pastor? The anointed man of God? Who knows God? Knows I'm called, knows that I'm anointed. What? Okay, I'm confused now, because if we're to be building God's kingdom, why would you tell me to stop doing the very thing that God called me to do before he even called you to do, that I was ordained to do before you was ordained? Because you got ordained after me. I was already ordained and had pastored before you. But I said that. You understand? Something happened in me. Something was triggered in me. There was a righteous indignation that rose up, because how could you ask me to not do the very thing that God has called me to do? How could that be the thing that will save our marriage? What kind of marriage is this where I can't be who God created me to be? I don't want it. Okay. So I rose up. The Spirit of God rose up inside of me, and I was like, no, I'm not going to stop preaching, because God called me, not you. You didn't call me. You didn't anoint me nor appoint me. God did. God gave me this gift, and he gave it to me for a reason. He gave me this assignment because I would have preferred not to have it. Okay, let's just be real and honest. I would have preferred. I ain't never wanted to be no pastor, no preacher. I ain't never wanted to be none of that. None of it. Okay, I'm a little too, I don't know how to say it, a little too real for the constraints of the church. Like all of that, like all that fakey fake. I'm not good with it. I'm not good with it. My nerves get bad with it. My nerves get bad. Okay. So no, I can't stop doing something that God called me to do, because he called me to do it. It's my purpose and my destiny. So what you telling me is cancel your destiny so that we can be together. If that's the only way we can be together, is if I cancel my destiny, we got a whole problem and we don't need to be together. So clearly we don't need to be together. We don't need to be together. And I remember him saying, well, I was talking to these pastors and they said, you just need to cover me. You just need to cover me. Nigga, I've been covering your jack leg self. Been covering you. Been covering you for the stuff that you did in the dark. Been covering you for the things and the that you said about people, and the way that you treated people, and covered and masked and tried to make things all right. See, this is why I don't have tolerance for that now. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something about me, in case you don't know. Now, some of y'all, this may be your first time seeing me, and you may be like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. Well, then I'm not the live for you to be on. Get off my live, okay? Don't come back, because this is what you're going to get. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be transparent, and not just about other people, about me. See, this is primarily about me. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about what I've gone through, and I'm talking about what I'm experiencing. I'm talking about my journey, and I'm talking about how I'm not with the bull. I'm not with it. And I'm not accepting it. And I'm not saying it's okay for you to on me. No, you're not dutying on me. No, I'm not. You're not going to keep doing that. You're not doing that. And if you think it's okay for you to do that, I don't need you in my life, in my circle, around me. Listen, you're not someone that I want to be connected to like that, period. Because if you don't have enough respect for other people to not harm or hurt them, I'm good on it. And I don't care who you are, period. Listen, if I've divorced husbands, listen, you think I won't exit friendships, business relationships? I won't disconnect from you. You think I won't? Yes, I will. Is it my preference? No, my preference is for us to be able to have conversations and deal with stuff really. Real E. really deal with what's going on, really deal with what's at the root. But if you ain't willing to deal with what's at the root, I'm good. And we can keep it surface and cute. I'm good with surface and cute. If that's what you want, if that's what you want, that's what you get. Surface and cute. It ain't got to be nothing real. I just know what it is. But I'm not going to act like it's real and it ain't. I'm not doing it. This is why my approach in this whole journey that I've been on has been the way it was. I came in open. I came in open. Okay, God, you got me on this journey. I'm open. I'm open to the people, the places, the situations, the things. I'm open. I'm open. But if it is not healthy or productive for me, I'm not pursuing. Do you all understand? We feel like we're obligated to pursue. And this is what I want to say, right? I never want people to pursue anything with me because they just feel obligated. I'm good on that. If it's something that's done out of obligation, keep it. Listen, I want from the heart. If it ain't from the heart, keep it, because what comes from the heart reaches the heart, right? And if I'm coming from my heart and it don't reach your heart, it's then okay, our hearts are not the same. It's okay. I just keep my heart and give it to someone who wants it, who wants to get to know me, who wants to build a relationship with me. I'm not trying to force myself on anybody. Anyone who doesn't want a relationship with me, doesn't want to be connected to me, doesn't, period, in my life. I don't care what area we're talking about. Oh, that's your choice. You have a right to make that choice. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not begging, pleading, scrimping, scraping, and acting like I'm less than who I am in order to obtain that. I'm not. So if it means that I don't have a relationship with none of my siblings on either side of my family, it's what it is. It's what it is. If that's the road I got to walk, that's the road I got to walk. Who is my mother? Who are my brothers and sisters? But those who do the will of God. Now, if we all doing the will of God, but we can't come together, it's a problem. There's a problem somewhere. There's a problem. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a problem. If we are all doing the will of God and we cannot come together, there is a problem. And so what I say is, God, search me and see if it be me. Am I off? Is something off in me? Because God, if it is, clean me up. See, because I can't worry about nobody. I gotta get me. I gotta make sure I'm good. And that's the problem. To be so quick to point fingers instead of doing those internal examinations. I examine, anybody who's been around me knows that I engage in a lot of self-reflection. I examine myself and God examines me. And if I'm wrong, believe me, he chastises me. Oh, he'll chastise me. And I'll have to apologize, right? That's what he does. But God is doing something so major in my life right now. And God is trying to do something so major in all of our lives that we cannot afford to get caught up in petty. We can have all the petty contests we want, all the pissing contests we want, right? But it still will not move us forward. Come on, Monica. Monica said, I'm tired of surface healing when it needs to be internal healing. Exactly. Exactly. It's so funny that you said that, Monica, because listen, I literally was talking to my sister on the way here. And I said, I'm finally in the place where I'm getting back to myself because I was hurt, I was grieving. And I'm not saying I'm through grieving, but like God had just blown my life up. I'm finally in a place where not only am I deep into my healing journey, and I've been on it for a while, but it's a layers thing. Y'all, listen, anybody that tells you, I already worked through all of my stuff, you lying, because we're like an onion and God has to peel layer by layer by layer, because if he tried to do all of it at once, we would be crushed. Okay. So he's got to do layers, right? So I told her, I said, I said, I'm at that place where I'm getting ready to schedule like a weekend healing event, just like where, we're going to be on the water, and we're going to really be able to allow God to cleanse us, wash us, bring up whatever needs to be brought up so that it can be dealt with. Because see, we've done a lot of this surface healing. We surface heal like we surface clean. There's a difference between the surface clean and the deep clean. When you do a surface cleaning, oh, you can get that done like this, right? But when you do a deep cleaning, you tired when you get through. You done pulled out baseboards and you done scrubbed stuff by hand and with toothbrushes, and you done done the ceiling fans, and it's work. It's work. Real healing is work. It ain't fun. It hurts. You're gonna cry. It's going to be hard. You're going to feel it. And you're going to have to deal with stuff that you thought you had dealt with, but it ain't dealt with. So that's coming. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all all that to tell y'all that that's coming. It's probably going to be in May. Yeah, it's probably going to be in May. But I'm going to get the information out so that you all can, lock your spot in, pay your deposit and everything. But it's going to be an amazing experience. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be an experience. Listen, I'm trying to think how to say this. It's difficult for people who haven't been through anything to help you work through things, right? They can know the textbook answer and response and what to do according to the textbook. But until you've gone through some things, it's very difficult for you to understand some of the emotions, some of the responses. Yeah, the book says, well, people may do this or they may do that, da, 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 da. But it's different when you've been there. See, when you've been there, you can tell somebody, baby, you got this, you can do this. I know you can because I did. See, if you do a thing, then you can show someone else how to do it, right? See, you got to understand everything that you've gone through has been designed for it to move you forward in your purpose so that you can have somebody else move forward in their purpose, so that you can show someone that you can get through it. That's why I'm on public display. See, God told me years ago that I was going to be on public display. Literally, he said, you're going to be on public display and people are going to have to watch you and watch you go through what you won't go through. You're going to have to share it. You're not that person where when it's done, then you say, oh yeah, I went through this. And no. They're going to see you go through it. You guys have watched me go through this process. You've watched me take care of my daddy and him die and the transition. And you watched me find out that I have another daddy and other siblings and nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. You've watched me go through this, and you're not done watching me. I'm simply telling you that God told me that my process would be exposed. My process would be exposed. Is it for everybody to expose their process? No, but my process is exposed. That's what he said. And you got to understand that you got to want your destiny so badly that even if you are exposed, you keep going. You keep going. You keep going. God needs you to keep going because people are waiting for you and your destiny's tied to it. People are waiting for you and your destiny's tied to it. With that said, if you want an individual prophetic word, y'all don't know, I'm going to tell y'all what he says. So don't put a 1 in there if you don't want to know what he's saying. Stop fronting, because I'm going to tell you what he's saying. If you want an individual prophetic word, put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments, and I'm going to give you what God gives me for you. Put a 1 in the comments. It's going to deal with destiny, though. It's going to deal with you going through. I'm just telling y'all, because that's what we're talking about. It's probably what he's going to do. I don't know. Put a 1 in the comments. Monica. God said his promises are yes and amen. His promises are yes and amen. The things that he's promised you are yes and amen. Let it be so. But listen, That's why you got to go through the healing. He says that he has pulled the covers off. He's pulled the covers off and he is shaking it up so that you can get the healing that you need in order to move into your destiny. There is a ministry in you. I see a ministry to like single moms, teen moms, something like that. Like that's what I'm seeing. And he said that he's given it to you a long time ago. And it's time for you to walk fully in that thing. But you got to heal so that you can do it in the way that you need to do it. Now, check this out. You're going to be healing as you do. Okay, you're going to be healing as you do. So if you haven't already started that, go ahead and start it. Go ahead and do what you need to do. Set up your nonprofit, set up the ministry. Because I'm telling you, there are people waiting on you, Monica. There are people waiting on you. Watch what he does. Wow. She said, I'm almost 40. I'm 45 years old and it took me almost losing my life to start living. Absolutely. Absolutely. I get it. And now it's time for you to have other people not be 45 before they live their life, not almost losing their life before they live it. That's why I see single mothers, teen mothers, right? So that you can, and I don't know why that's what I see, but that's what I see. Okay. Stacy, God says, stop playing. He keeps telling you, stop playing, Stacy. Listen, you playing. Listen, until you make definitive moves, then he can't do the other stuff he wants to do. It's some stuff that's not going to happen until you move. Like, period. It's not going to happen until you move. It's not going to happen before you move. It's going to happen after you move. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to show some faith. You're going to have to take the step. You got to do it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Like, you're going to stay in this cycle. Move. And then he'll work it out. It'll start doing like this. But you gotta move. It's not gonna be, well, when I sell my house, I'm gonna move. It's not gonna happen like that, Stacey. Now you can keep waiting on that if you want to. You're gonna be sitting right where you are. He said move. So when you move, then the house will sell. When you move, then things will line up. It's not gonna happen before. It's just not. Alita, God says stop asking him the same questions. Why you keep asking me the same questions? I've given you the answer. Move on the answer. He's giving you the word. He said, move, just go, just do. Keep going forward. He's already given you every answer that you need. Anything else is superfluous. It's not something that's necessary. It's just something you want to know. You ain't got to know it. You know what you need to know to move forward into your destiny. The question is, will you continue to go in that direction? That's it. So he said, keep going. Keep going. Stop asking me the same questions. I already gave you the answers. Go with the answer. Okay. Kim, girl, listen, let me tell you something. There's so much inside of you. So much inside of you, but it's got to come out. When the book coming out? Because it's a lot of people waiting on that book. When is the book coming out? Kim, get the book done and out. You got to do it. You have definitely made progress. You've done some amazing things. You've launched some stuff, and I'm super proud of you. And so is God. But you gotta finish the book. Finish the book. It's key. Jackie, y'all know why y'all all up in here. Same thing with you. And look, this is a crazy thing, right? This is a crazy thing. I have to do things first, and then y'all are gonna do them. Like literally. Like I have to do certain things so that y'all can see me do it, so that you can get the courage to do it. Time to move. It's 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 like you're hearing. It's time to move. Yeah. And look, I want y'all to understand something. I don't want everybody to go through what I've gone through, because my whole thing is everybody ain't built for this. But if God is saying something to you, you have to do it. Why? Because you doing that is a prerequisite for some other things that he has for you. If you don't do the prerequisites, you can't get the upper courses, the upper level courses. You got to take the prerequisites. You got to do what the prereq is in order to get the next thing. You got to. So you do that. You're welcome, Stacy. I know y'all be like, oh my God, there she go again. Excluded to be included. Excluded to be included. First of all, let me say you're built for this. You're built for this. The stuff that you've been going through a lot of stuff that people don't even know you've been going through. But God knows, right? And you built for this. You built for it. You're going to come out better. You're going to come out stronger. You're going to come out wiser. Baby, I'm telling you, you're built for it. But you got to go through it in order for those muscles to be built. This is not to destroy you. It's not to take you out. It's not unto death. This is unto life and life more abundant. So as you process through this, as you go through this, baby, watch out because it's getting ready to be explosive on the other side. Amen. I know you knew, Jackie. Like Stacy knew. I don't even know why she put a 1 in there. Like, girl, you already know what God finna say to you. You already knew what he was finna say. Like, you know, Vicky, huh? My God. God said that all of the pain of the past, every loss, every challenge, every sacrifice is getting ready to be repaid to you. God is getting ready to send you everything that the enemy stole from you and everything that you willingly release. God is getting ready to give you your recompense. Oh, baby, it's coming. This is the year that it shows up in your life. And I don't know what's going on. Listen, I ain't been on your page, Vicky. It's good to see you, girl. I miss you. But I'm telling you this. There is a love that is going to provide such a safe space for you on this journey that you can lean into. You're so used to people leaning into you, but God is sending you a love that you can lean into and know that you're good. Yeah. Alita said, I totally understand that God is telling me to move forward with my business, but also to tell my story of my life. Absolutely. I'm telling y'all think that you don't went through all the stuff that you don't went through just for you. You haven't. You haven't. You welcome, Alita. You haven't. There are people that need to hear your story. There are people that need to hear your story. There are people that need to hear your story. In fact, listen, because this keeps coming up. I know I got to do it. This week I'm gonna do a workshop for people who want to tell their story, who want to write that book, who want to do that. I'm gonna do that workshop because I've had several people who want to tell their story and they don't know where to start. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a free workshop where I tell you guys kind of the process to getting your story together and publishing your book. So that's coming. That's coming. Okay. Look, you guys, I'm going to get off here. I got to get ready to preach. Join me at 9:30. At 9:30, there's a word from God. God, listen. Yeah, there's a word. There's a word. And it's coming. Okay. Somebody said I want to write a book. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Vicky. But yeah. Oh, I see it. I see it. I'm telling you, so many people want to tell their story, and you've got a story to tell. And you may feel like, well, I'm not the best writer, or I'm not this. It doesn't matter. Listen, there are ways that you can still get it done. Okay. So just know that. And let's make it happen. All right, you guys, look, know this. Know that I absolutely love you guys to life. Join us at 9:30 a.m. this morning for the word, Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministries. I'll be bringing the word this morning at 9:30. There is a word from the Lord, and I know that it's going to be a word of liberation. I know it is a word of liberation. Oh, wow. Arity and I have been invited to be interviewed about the conversations we have together. We're starting a podcast. Absolutely. It's amazing. You got to do what you got to do. And listen, you guys, if you guys need body products, body butter, soap, check out Alita. Check out Alita's page. She's got some amazing products. You want to go check them out. Get you some. Get you some. Today's your birthday, Alita. Happy birthday, girl. I would sing the horse. I probably sound like I'm eating a horse. Look, you guys, know this. Know that I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Tune in at 9:30 a.m. for Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministry. I love you guys. Mwah. Be blessed.